I've got some paracord and some buckles. Let's make something. Okay, so the basic things you need is a length of paracord, somewhere around 10 meters I believe it comes as. I just leave it the size it comes. So match up two ends. You need a lighter, so you can actually, if you can see that, you burn the ends a little bit, it just makes it hard plastic, so then it's not frayed. It's a lot easier to do at the beginning, so you've got something stable to work with, and you will need it then to finish off at the end. And you'll need a buckle of some kind. There's loads of different types. I said there's ones with compasses and whistles and fire starters and all sorts of things, so it's just choose one. These are obviously the cheapest one, you tend to get them in kits, so it's nice and easy. So to start with, put the cord through one end, starting down, so you can see the way up it is the curve for your wrist. So start going down towards it. Try and keep it as straight as you can without twisting it too much, and then feed it through that loop you've made. You'll see now, nice and easy. So if it's got twisted, untwist it a little bit. It doesn't take a lot to do. So there you go, pull that nice and tight. Now for the other end, get the paracord as close as you can to equal, and push it through the top again on the other side, and then pull it through. Okay, you'll have one cord either side, make it nice and neat. So pull it through, losing both bits. Right, so put it on your wrist, like so. See how you can deal with the twisting issues in a moment. So there you go, on your wrist. Now you just got the sides on the sizing. I would make it a little bit bigger than you need, because it has a tendency to tighten up as you make the bracelet. So just untwist that while it's on my wrist. So there we go, untwisted, nice and neat, nice and bright colour. So there you go, a little bit bigger than I need. So undo the clasp and hold it in place. Okay, so pull it nice and tight. You need one either side, as you can see there. So there we go. Right, that is the basic paracord there. So one over the top, second one goes back over, so you see that. So loop first one, second one goes there, bring it under. So there you've got, that will tighten up there, and you have the loop this side, the original loop you made. Pull that through there, and then pull both sides nice and tight. See, this is where you have a tendency, if you're not careful, to over tighten the actual bracelet itself, so it won't fit you anymore. Okay, that's the first stage. Next stage is exactly the same. Always use the same one to cross over. Never start on the other side. So always the side you just crossed over, always start the loop with the same piece of cord. So it means if you start on the left, the next one will be right, then left again, then right and left, and so on. So you don't get messed up where you are. And then you'll want to just tighten it up as you go. There you go. You hear that clicking and tightening. So once again, start on this side where we did for the first one, cross over, underneath the two, back through the original loop, and tighten it up. Kind of feel push that up there as well, just to tighten the whole thing up and make it a bit neater. Okay, so we started on that side, let's move over to this side. So this side this time, make the loop, cross over, underneath the bracelet, let's get the other end, and through the loop you made. It's not the easiest to see with the colour I've chosen, because I don't actually have any colours left, but this is nice and bright and colourful, so it's quite nice. But it's difficult to see the pattern forming. You see with the one I've already made, that's the best side, that's the best side. You see the pattern forming. It's a bit more difficult to see with obviously these cards, but it's exactly the same process. This side again, and around, and through the hole, and tighten up. If you're ever unsure of which way you've gone, always look for this piece, because that's the one you'll be crossing over next. Under, around, back through the loop, and tighten up. The more you tighten it, the stiffer the bracelet will be. If you want a bit loose, don't push it up. If you want it really tight, push it up a bit more. So as I said, if you ever get lost or get distracted, somebody calls on the phone or anything, you're not sure which way you have to go next, you see where that loop is there, that's the bit that would have been crossed over, so it means you have to start the loop there to follow that line. Not that one, it's that one that goes inside that is always the next one. It's one of the things that's easy. If you're doing a two-tone, you'll always start with the same colour. And I'll show you what I mean on a two-tone one now. As you can see, that one you start over there with the, oh, almost dropped it, two-tone. See, you're always crossing over with the same one, so it's always the opposite end. So I start that end, the one that crosses over is the darker colour. So you can see there, the one that I'm always crossing over, so next one will be this one, it's always underneath, because the other one always crosses over. So the colour on the outside is the second side you cross over. The primary colour you want in the centre is the very first loop you make, so it's quite an easy way to remember where you are. So once again, look for that loop, cross over, and under, through the loop we made, and I've just tangled it all up doing that, so pull that one apart again, because I've got it all tangled up with the bracelet. So over, jump up all the way to one side out of your way, which I didn't do last time it got tangled up. So over, around the back, get the other end, and through the loop we just made. Okay, now this is exactly the same process all the way along, and you don't really need to see me go all the way down because it can be a little bit time consuming. So we'll skip forward to the end. I'll show you how to tighten it up and finish it off. Back in a moment. Okay, so I'm nearing the end, so I'll show you how to finish. The other thing I forgot to mention, pair of scissors, you'll need to cut off the excess. One thing I would say is, just after you've done the first couple of knots, so the basic things you need on your wrist, make sure it's not too small, too big, so you can always adjust it. So you can undo like the 2 knots you started with and readjust the size. I've obviously done them quite a few times, so I'm pretty used to the size I need. Alright, so you just carry on going the same way, so loop, loop under, through the whole loop we've made, and tighten up. And see, nothing different, just do the same thing. So over from where you started, under, through that hole. It's going to be a lot harder to see for you guys now because I was nearing the end, so there's not enough space to have my fingers and the paracord. When you decide if you want how you want to finish, you can do it right tight up into the end. I tend to, where you can leave a little bit of a gap, so it's a little bit more flexible at the end. So should be able to do one more. So loop under and through. Tighten up really well. Right, that's really all I need to do on that. So tighten up much as you can. That's my PS4 telling me my DualShock controller has disconnected because I've not watched any of it or used it for anything. So really tight here, so you want it nice and tight. So you can see, nice and fairly neat, to be honest. Not a bad job there, if I do say so myself. So what we need to do now is trim these ends. So trim it fairly close. Now this is the bit, if you're a younger viewer, get an adult parent or some older brother, sister, that sort of thing to help you with this. So burn the ends a little bit. Would say you can do is press something against that to flatten it out and make it a little bit neater, but it's up to you if you want to do that or not. Make sure it's still nice and tight. Once again, cut fairly close so it won't stick out too far. Be very careful when you do this. It's a little bit time consuming, so we'll skip forward to the end. I'll show you how to tighten it up and finish it off. Be very careful. Obviously I've just used flame on this, so that can be quite hot and finish it off. So leave it for a moment before you actually try it on. As you can see, let's put my wrist down here. A little bit easier to do it. I'm struggling to do it. I usually have it on my other hand, which sounds a bit odd. I'm right-handed, and I find it easier to do it with my left hand. But there you go. I made it slightly bigger so there's a little bit of movement. I don't like things too tight. So back in a moment. There you go. Paracord bracelet. Nice and easy. Didn't take too long to do. There you go. Not a problem at all. Okay, so I'm nearing the end, so I'll show you how to finish. The other thing I forgot to mention, pair of scissors, you'll need to cut off the excess. One thing I would say is, just after you've done the first couple of knots, so the basic things you need on your wrist, make sure it's not too small, too big, so you can always adjust it. So you can undo like the 2 knots you started with and readjust the size. I've obviously done them quite a few times, so I'm pretty used to the size I need. Alright, so you just carry on going the same way. So loop under, through the whole loop you've made, and tighten up. And see, nothing different, just do the same thing. So over from where you started, under, through that hole. It's going to be a lot harder to see for you guys now because obviously I'm nearing the end, so there's not enough space to have my fingers and the paracord. And you decide if you want how you want to finish. You can do it right tight up into the end. I tend to, or you can leave a little bit of a gap so it's a little bit more flexible at the end. So I should be able to do one more. So loop under and through. Tighten up really well. Right, that's really all I need to do on that. So tighten up as much as you can. That's my PS4 telling me my DualShock controller has disconnected because I've not watched any of it or used it for anything. So really tight here, so you want it nice and tight. So you can see, nice and fairly neat, to be honest. Not a bad job there, if I do say so myself. So what we need to do now is trim these ends. So trim it fairly close. Now this is the bit, if you're a younger viewer, get an adult parent or some older brother, sister, that sort of thing to help you with this. So burn the ends a little bit. Would say you can do is press something against that to flatten it out and make it a little bit neater, but it's up to you if you want to do that or not. Make sure it's still nice and tight. Once again, cut fairly close so it won't stick out too far. Be very careful when you do this. It's a little bit time consuming, so we'll skip forward to the end. I'll show you how to tighten it up and finish it off. Be very careful. Obviously I've just used flame on this, so that can be quite hot and finish it off. So leave it for a moment before you actually try it on. So see, let's put my wrist down here, a little bit easier to do it. No, I'm struggling to do it. I usually have it on my other hand, which sounds a bit odd. I'm right-handed, and I find it easier to do it with my left hand. There you go. I made it slightly bigger so there's a little bit of movement. So I don't like things too tight. So back in a moment. There you go. Paracord bracelet. Nice and easy. Didn't take too long to do. There you go. Not a problem at all. Hope you enjoyed that tutorial. See, I'm wearing my classic one and my new brightly coloured one. If you want me to show you how to do a two-tone like that, I can do another video. It's exactly the same process. You just have to do something slightly different, obviously, to get the two different colours on there. But the knots and making the bracelet exactly the same procedure. It's just using the same knot. There are other knots for different types of bracelets, but this is just the sort of classic easiest one. So it's the best one to really show you how to do yourself. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please comment, like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. Obviously I've got lots of other videos. There'll be a little subscribe button somewhere down the corner that has the channel logo, so just click on that and you can subscribe really easy. In a minute there'll be some links to some of my other videos, obviously unboxing videos, a few more tutorial type of things, vlogs and reviews. So have a look. Thanks for watching. Come back again soon. Bye bye.